Topic 21 is on logistics differential equations. Basically, it's referred to as logistics equations or logistics differential equations. You can see them either way. Okay, so here is a typical problem. We have the differential equation dp dt is equal to 0.02p times 2 minus p over 8. Okay, this represents the growth of a town where p is measured in thousands. Really read these things carefully so you know what your units are. T represents number of people, number of years since 2000, so the years are going since 2000 also. Given the population of the town in the year 2000 was 2,000 people, so that sometimes you have to use that information as part of the problem. First of all, it says find the limit as t approaches infinity of p of t. Well, this is basically what the carrying capacity is. This is the limit that it's going to be heading towards. So they will give you some additional information that you may not need. You may not need to know that in the year 2000 there was 2,000 people, which means that in fact p would equal 2. But they could ask you something like, what was the growth rate that year? If I want to know what the growth rate was that year, I'd plug in 2 in the equation and I could figure it out. Okay, so what I need to realize is that dp dt is going to equal 0 to find the carrying capacity. dp dt is equal to 0.02p, 2 minus p over 8, and I want that to equal 0. That's going to happen when p equals 16. So just got to kind of think about it or solve it. So you could, it happens at p equals 0, and it happens at p equals 16. But the carrying capacity is 16. The population, though, is not 16. The maximum population is 16,000 people. So the limit of p of t is actually 16. But if I asked you what's the maximum population of the town, the maximum population is 16,000 people. So technically the actual answer to this is 16. But if I ask the question a little bit different, saying what's the maximum population, it would be 16,000 people. And it says, what is the maximum growth rate of the population? Well, the maximum rate happens when p equals 8. It's half the limiting capacity. So if I plug in 8 in that equation, I'm going to get 0.2 times 8, 2 minus 8 over 8 is 1. So this is 0.2 times 8, that's 0.16. So my maximum growth rate, I've got to find out. That happens when p is equal to 8. The growth rate itself is 0.16. But I want to make sure I answer with correct units. The maximum growth rate is 0.16 thousand people per year, or 160 people per year. So watch out for units. Make sure you understand where things are going. The big things you have to know on logistics equations is you need to know that when dp dt, when this right here is equal to 0, that's how you can find your carrying capacity. The maximum growth happens at 1/2 that, and if you want to find the actual growth rate, you got to plug in.